Subscribe with all notifications on. Join my Roblox group and follow me. Enjoy the video! Welcome back to another video, and as you can see today I am on computer for the very first time on this channel, and the reason for that is because my iPhone storage is acting up once again, and I don't want this to stop me anymore. I don't want to not be able to upload for like a whole month because of this, so I'm just going to be uploading on computer for now, just to like wait this whole thing out, and then once my iPhone is back to normal, then I'm gonna start uploading on my iPhone again. But anyways though, let's get into this video, but make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications first, and if you end up enjoying this video, make sure to leave a like at the end of this video. Anyways though, let's get started with this horrible, oh gosh, I just have to talk about the Valentine's Day story contest, the whatever, and I was at this contest, so you get to hear this whole entire thing from the perspective of a writer. So get ready because it's gonna be a long ride, people. This is gonna be crazy, I swear. I'm not just going to be talking about my own personal experiences with this whole thing, but I'm also going to be sharing some tweets and talking about some crazy things that have happened ever since this contest came out. But before I even talk about even my own experiences, I want to talk about why this was such a mess in the first place. So the reason why this was such a mess in the first place is probably because YouTubers talked about how to get this new bracelet for free. It's the new rarest item in the game. It's even rarer than Halo's. And since YouTubers started talking about this, a lot of people started entering the contest just for the bracelet, guys. So yeah, it just got really. It was just crazier than ever before. And then shortly after YouTubers started making videos about that, then KCOD put out her viral found in story contest rules, which was a 25-minute video. I watched the whole entire thing and I was so up to it. I would love to see my stories be featured in game. That would have been like the best thing ever. So I decided to enter this contest. So as soon as I heard the news, I immediately wrote out a rough draft, and it was originally going to be, well, I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want anybody to copy me in the future. But yeah, so I wrote my rough draft, and over the week until Friday when the first entry came, I revised the whole entire thing, and I'm just going to tell you, it was a million times different than the original rough draft. It was really different, like cray different. But yeah. And then when the time finally came, it was Friday. It was whatever time it was. It was 7 o'clock PST time, but for me that was 9 o'clock, which is a little late, but I still decided to make it because I could stay up till 11 a.m. anyway. But anyways, yeah. So anyways, the Found in Story contest. I thought it was gonna go through pretty smoothly, but I would just have to get my entry in quick. So I had it ready like 15 minutes prior, and I was so ready for this. Like, I was so excited to actually like enter this contest. I was like and like I was just so excited. So then I opened up her Twitter so I could get the link, and she posted the link ahead of time, which a couple people actually got access to, but I decided to wait till the time. So 7 o'clock for other people, 8 o'clock for other people, 9 o'clock for me, and 10 o'clock for the people in EST if they decided to stay up that long. I clicked the link as soon as that clock hit 9 o'clock, and you may have thought, I got my entry in, it took me to the forum, and it was awesome. No, it wasn't. It actually showed a page that said, something like, there was a problem opening this due to heavy traffic or something like that. I'll bring up a screenshot if I can. I probably can because a lot of other people experienced the same problem. But yeah, that's what happened, and yeah. And I thought this was only me, and I was so nervous because I worked so hard on this entry and I didn't want to miss out. But it turns out that it wasn't only me, it was all kinds of people. Everybody basically was experiencing it. And KCOT made a tweet saying, I can't show you it now because I didn't take any screenshots, and she deactivated her Twitter, which I will be talking about later and why. But yeah, so we couldn't So the K-Cut tweeted that she was trying to get control of the situation. So then finally, after everything had calmed down, the link was finally clickable for me. So I clicked on it, and then when I scrolled, I saw that there was like no place to like enter the story, and I saw that it said that it had reached the limit. So make sure to get to the second time slot. And I didn't know about this yet, so I didn't really know that I could make it to the second time slot. So I was kind of just like dying on the inside. And I know that some people may say that I overreacted a little bit, but you understand when you're a writer and you spend hours upon hour and day after day making sure your story is 100% perfect and not being able to submit it. And I felt so dead. And then a couple minutes later, my family says, "Come on, we're gonna watch a movie, family movie night, tons of fun." And I said, "No thanks." And that's how they knew something was wrong. Because if you don't know me, I love movie nights. I love watching movies, picking movies on whatever, HBO, Xfinity, Disney Plus, whatever. And I love getting some popcorn, just getting comfy and watching a movie with my family. And my family, I'm the oldest in my family. I consist of a younger brother and a baby sister, and then my mom and dad. So I'm the oldest in my family, and my family knows that I love movie nights. So, like, my whole entire family knows that I love movie nights. So, yeah, it was pretty insane. But, like, my family, I'm so happy. I'm kind of happy that my family found out because they comforted me. But then this amazing thought came into my head. I was thinking, wait, what if I could possibly make it to the second time slot? So then I checked the time. It said Eastern European Summer Time or something like that. So I used a time zone converter to see if I can make it. And 8 o'clock for them was 11 a.m. for me, which means I would be able to make it. Because I would be up already. And if I wasn't up already, I would make myself a phone timer and get myself up. And I was so relieved. I was like, yes. And since that's basically on the other side of the world, there may not be people who speak English there, so that means there's a better chance of me being able to get in. So I thought I could actually get my story in. It would not crash Google, but I was wrong because basically a billion other people had the same idea as I did. And when I got there, Google had crashed again. We cannot get into the form again. And I was very lucky to actually be able to get into this form. And after tons of trying, K-Cut made a tweet saying that she had fixed the problem. So then I clicked the link and I got in and I was able to fill out the form, guys. I was able to fill it out while so many other people couldn't. So now that we have all of that out, let's talk about some tweets and some opinions on people who couldn't actually get this form filled out. So I'm gonna pull this up on my phone because I want to be able to word the tweets exactly correct. And first, as you can see here, KKai, if you try to click on KKai's Twitter account, it says that the account doesn't exist because KKai deactivated her Twitter, and somebody explains why right here. So this person says that a lot of people submitted their found in story entries compared to the last time's amount. A lot of them submitted the stories just for the prize, and Keiko was overwhelmed with the amount of submissions, so she took a break and deactivated. Okay, so that's why she deactivated, guys. So yeah, and then everybody was like really excited, and like as you can see here, Sticks and Tricks made a tweet, and she said, "And I have the bracelet you get from now on if you win the writers contest." And I was watching Kate's vid, and this is near the end, and yeah, and if people got really excited, and let me look for another tweet. Yeah, and then Sticks and Tricks also said the contest was at 7 p.m. PST. As stated in Kate's video, she had linked, and the next opening slot is mentioned in her vid. So, anyways, here's a tweet from somebody who couldn't get in because Google broke, and she said, so she tagged KCon. She said, "Hey, so I wanted to enter the Found in Story contest, but this popped up. Is it supposed to happen, or am I in a country where I can't do it?" And you may think, dude, are you kidding me? That you're so dumb. But like, people really didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what was happening. Other people didn't know what was happening. They were complaining in the comments saying it wasn't working. So people just had no idea what was going on. So you can't blame them. And here and that said cupcake, Raha YouTuber said this, which I found kind of funny, but at the same time I didn't. New prize for a writing story that gets into the fountain. Now 90% of the reason why people enter the contest. Drama as too many people enter and take up the limited entry slots plus form crash. A lot of people are doing it for the item, not because they like writing. I'm gonna laugh too. Understandable. So here's some points of views from why Kate got deactivated. So this person said, yeah, no wonder Kate got deactivated. I would too if I was her. Then this other person was talking about Royal Dior's video, and she said Royal Dior made a video on the reason why Kate got deactivated, when Keika confirmed it themselves why they deactivated. So the video wasn't necessary, and that's why they took it down. So I didn't actually see this video, probably because it was taken down. That's probably why, but here are like the status tweets, like the tweets about people who couldn't get their stories in and who took the time to write a story. So they said, I'm really mad right now at the Fountain Story Contest. I spent almost 2 days writing stories, so yeah, I'm a little pissed right now, which is understandable, definitely. I would honestly be in your shoes. I would hate to be in your shoes too, girl. I'm so sorry. Like, if you're watching this video right now, I am really sorry about that. But I know how it feels, okay? And then somebody else said, bro, at this point, I wouldn't even be surprised if people are blaming Royale YouTubers for the Finding Story contest thing, because they're the ones who let more people know about the prize. Some people are only entering for the legitimate prize. Some people like me and my friends, I guess she may have not finished her tweet or something, but I think I see where she was going. And then here's another tweet here saying, and this one got me really, really sad. And she said, so since I couldn't get in, this was my story. I worked on it for a few days and I feel like I'm dying right now. I feel so sad for you, girl. If you're watching this video right now, everybody loves you. We're so sorry. And according to my calculations, actually, 47/50ths around that kind of number thing, 47/50ths of the people who entered the contest could not get in. And if there is a simplified form of that, tell me in the comments, but 47 is an odd number, so I don't know if there is. But anyways, guys, yep, that is basically the whole entire crazy fountain story contest. So we have currently been talking about basically what happened, how did it start, my personal experiences on it, and other people's experiences on it. But now, I would like to share some of my opinions on the drama. And I know this is a long video. I know, guys, I'm really sorry about that. But I feel like we should really take the time to discuss this so we don't do this next time, guys, okay? We should really just take the time to discuss what happened, what did we do wrong, and because we wouldn't want the Royal High community to mess up again. And I know there's always going to be those few people who are just the greediest people ever who decide that they just want to keep writing stories for the bracelet. But if we can eliminate the majority of those kinds of people, Royal High will be a much better place. Anyways, though, guys, what I'm going to be talking about today is basically a mini rant, I guess you could say, but I'm going to be talking about some of my opinions on the whole entire situation. So, if I were really to just say this all in one sentence, I feel like the Royal High community could have been way more mature with this, because we're experienced people, and I feel like the YouTubers, they shouldn't have made videos saying like this item could be rarer than Halos. I feel like that was a mistake, because that spread a lot of misinformation to the Royal High community, and it's probably playing a big part in why this happened. Of course, I understand that YouTubers need to make videos and get views, but it's not a really good way to get views, because you're kind of like, it's because the people that were misinformed are later on going to hate on your videos if they are really mean people, and nobody wants to get hate on any of their videos, and nobody especially wants to get stuff like death threats or be cancelled. So I really wouldn't want that to happen to the YouTube community, and I feel like people shouldn't have talked about it like it was the biggest deal ever. Which I have talked about how to not make big deals out of little things in my past video. I'll leave the link in the description if you guys would like to check that out. But I feel like a lot of people are just like they acted like it was the biggest deal ever. And since so many people thought that this would be the rarest item in Royal High, then they like they started they made stories that were like straight out horrible, and they were rushed, and they were barely meeting the requirements for the rules just so they could get the diamond prize. I mean, not the diamond prize, the bracelet. And it's something really sad to see, because as a lot of other people have said, people who actually wrote stories and took the time to write stories and actually didn't want the prize, but they just wanted their stories to be featured in Raw High, they didn't get the chance to do that because of all these people. And and I also saw in a lot of tweets they were trying to make people feel bad, and then some girl said that she took the time of 3 weeks to write her story, but the Valentine's story wasn't even going on 3 weeks ago. In fact, the rules for the Valentine's entry was only listed not even very long ago, like on Wednesday, I believe. So that's a lie, obviously. And yeah, I just feel like they could have acted more maturely, because now look at all the misinformation they spread, and look how this has influenced other people. Like, this caused the Royal High community to act in a non-mature way, act like little kids, and yeah, they really shouldn't have done that. Like, I think that if they wanted to talk about this bracelet, they shouldn't have exaggerated it and talked about it in a way like this. And I'm not hating on YouTubers. I mean, every YouTuber makes mistakes. I understand. And I also understand that YouTubers need to get regular views. Trust me, being a YouTuber myself, I 110 million% understand that. YouTubers need their views, but doing it that way is not the right way to do it. And I feel like, yeah, YouTubers have just spread so much misinformation and have caused the Royal High community to act this way. And yeah, so, in the future, don't spread all this misinformation, guys, please. And everybody was so, and before we learned that the item was not tradable, I could imagine, people just, like, there are what I don't understand, there is so many YouTubers who make videos about not to overprice items. Don't overprice halos. Don't overprice whatever other items are being overpriced. They make so many videos about not overpricing items, but can't you imagine, if this bracelet was tradable and it came out to the Royal High community, how many people would have actually tried trading it for it? And famous YouTubers who said not to overprice items would go trading multiple halos, large jade whiskers, parasols, millions of diamonds for this item. And I mean, yeah, that's just what YouTubers do, to be honest. I mean, no YouTuber is perfect, of course, but I mean, so many YouTubers do this. And honestly, I'm really happy that they made the item non-tradable, and I see why they did that, because you may be a little bit frustrated on the reason why they did that, but the reason why they did that was probably since the people who won the writing contest are the ones who should have the bracelets. Somebody who just traded for the bracelet shouldn't deserve to have it, because I mean, really? You didn't take hours upon hours of your time to write a story, so you don't deserve the bracelet just because you're trading for it. Now, I understand that a lot of people just want to have the bracelet in their inventory once. Maybe they want to try it on from a friend, but I really feel like they took the right toll as of making the item tradable or not. And if you don't believe me about the item being tradable or not, Kate Cod did confirm this in her rules video. It is a 25-minute video though, so I don't recommend watching it, but it was confirmed not to be tradable. So now, since so many people didn't know that, now a lot of people know, yeah, that is the rarest item in the game. And nobody's really gonna care anyways, because it's not like they can really do anything with that item. It's just sad. And if Royale didn't have trading outs, then a lot of people would be making a big deal out of it. but it's probably just going to become like a forgotten item or something, kind of like other items that used to be rare, like the Shadow Empress set and like the Star Pro sets, Z, and pretty soon that will also be the Parasol and Z Valentina set. And all those items that would have been such high demand, like after basically all the sets have returned from Royal High for at least more than 1 year, the only things left to actually be rare would probably only be like Halos and items that are never coming back, like Teddyzilla, Giant Teddy, and Mood Changing Necklace, Call Me Bob Diamond Rings, yeah, stuff like that. And the large Tremolo skirt, I feel like I mentioned that before. But still, I really think that YouTubers should stop. Like, they shouldn't have spread misinformation about that. But at the same time, but at the same time of it being the YouTuber's fault, and at the same time it was the player's fault, because we have to be real here. I know a lot of people don't like criticism for some reason, but criticism is criticism, and we can all come to the realization hit that we acted in a really non-mature way. We acted as if we were little kids. We acted as if it was the biggest deal ever to get a bracelet that wasn't even tradable. And we made the mistake of taking the places of other people who actually wanted their stories featured in game just to get the bracelet. And we shouldn't have done that. That's making our community look really bad, because the Royal High community shouldn't have to be known as a toxic community, a greedy community, because getting a bracelet and taking the chances away from somebody else, that is being greedy. You can look up the definition of greedy on Google if you want, but it is being really greedy, guys, and I know. And that's all in the past now. The Found in Story entry time zones or time slots, those have already happened, and the mistakes have already been made. So when the next Found in Story entry comes out, which will be the St. Patrick's Day update entry, don't do that, guys. Please, I know that there's always going to be that few amount of people who do that, but if you did that, I am asking you to please stop, because people get so affected by this. People, I cried. I really did. I'm not the kind of person who cries a lot. A lot of people know me as a bold person. I don't really cry at all, but that made me cry. The fact that I worked so hard on a Found in Story and it didn't get selected. And I'm not doing this to be manipulative in any way, but I want to tell people who actually wrote the story just for their bracelet how much that hurts other people's feelings that actually spend hour upon hour on their stories. Don't do that. The Royal High community acted immaturely, and that makes the whole community look bad. If you do something, the whole community will suffer for it, especially if it's a big deal. So, anybody who happens to watch this video, which probably won't be a lot, but anybody who does happen to watch this video, I just want you to know, please don't do that. You're taking so many opportunities away from other people who worked really hard, okay? And it really hurts their feelings to see that happen. You can see from the comments. One girl literally said, "I feel like dying right now." Do you really want that for people? I'm really asking that question to you. I bet you probably don't want that for people. I bet you don't want people to feel like dying right now. I mean, that's completely horrible. And nobody wants to be in a situation like that, guys. So just don't do that, okay? I'm not begging you. Now that you've seen this discussion with me, you know how horrible it is to do stuff like that. So anyways, guys, I ended my whole situation on a pretty emotional note, and I'm sorry about that. It's not really known of people to cry on camera, but I just want you guys to understand how much this hurts people. So anyways, guys, that will wrap up this video. So if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Thank you for staying tuned in this week's discussion about how we can help this Royal High community.